We are back, so we have made it to our Airbnb. I'll take you through that in a minute. But here's a front view of it. Gorgeous little mountainside terrace house. Not a lot of places are open for dinner, so we are going to embark on a 45-minute drive to Florence to go eat dinner. So we'll take you along with that. We don't really have an idea what we are gonna go eat. We're just gonna try to see. We're gonna go park the car because we do have the car now, and then we'll probably look. I've been looking. It looks like a lot of these places require reservations, which is very, very similar to when we were in Paris. We had to use this app called The Fork to book a place to eat. But it's also nice because sometimes the app will also include a discount, so then you could, if you book through the app, then you also get a discount on the food. So I'm gonna go and start scrolling through all of that, and our drive is down a very, very short, windy road. Here is the beautiful city of Prato and Florence. So that's where we're going. We're going down there. It's just going to take 45 minutes to get from here to down there. So, exciting!
Survived driving into Florence. Actually, the driving wasn't that bad at all, but we did snag a seat at a restaurant that Alex really wanted to go to, and I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can actually see what it's called. It is a steakhouse here in Florence, which apparently Alex says is really popular. It's easy to see why. There's a lot of tourists here. We just ordered the steak Florentine for two. That comes with an appetizer, the main course, and then a salad or roasted potatoes, which we're getting that, and then a bottle of water. And so far that's cost us about 100 euros for that meal. And we also got drinks. I got a beer, and Alex got the Aperol Spritz. So be really curious to see what the steak looks like. Alex is excited. She really hopes they have chimichurri to go with the steak. All right, so we finished our dinner. What it was, an average steakhouse. We got the steak for two with a side of salad and potatoes and a bottle of water, all kind of included in the meal. And that ended up costing us just shy of about $130. Food was nothing really to write home about. Steak was a T-bone steak. It was okay. It wasn't the best. Actually, the steak we had in Puerto Madero in Cancun was a lot better than this steak, and a lot better priced. So they serve it to you medium rare, but they serve it on a hot cast iron, essentially griddle, and you're supposed to finish cooking the steak to your liking. But it is confusing because they ask you how you want your steak, but then they bring everybody a medium rare straight steak. Now we're gonna spend a little time exploring Florence here before we have to pick up the car in about an hour. We'll head back to our Airbnb. We're gonna spend most of the day here tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what there is to see. But not too far from where we ate dinner is the old town of Florence. Kind of just wandering through here, kind of seeing what there is to see before we get down here tomorrow. Maybe we can make a game plan of things to see or look at. Definitely one thing we are going to check out tomorrow are the wine windows. So that's going to be in my research tonight, where to find all the wine windows tomorrow while we're here. But right now, it's a typical European tourist area. They've got little shops everywhere, a little knick-knack and touristy things that you can buy. And of course, restaurants just lined up one after the other. stopped and got some gelato, which is really good. I got a mandarin and passion fruit cone, and Alan's got a salted caramel cafe or coffee gelato. Both are really, really good, which kind of make up for a, try not to get run over here, subpar meal. We're gonna eat our gelato, good stuff. Eat our gelato and continue walking for a little bit. And we gotta go pick up the car here in about half an hour. So far it's not horribly busy, but it is a little bit after 7 p.m. in the evening. So we'll see what tomorrow looks like. Hopefully not as busy as it was in Venice the last 2 days, because that was crazy and not a lot of fun. There's Alex, just eating her gelato. There's another rainy day here. It was supposed to be 65 and sunny, but that is not gonna happen. We just got the car parked in the garage, which was an adventure all on its own. There's nothing quite like trying to navigate one-way streets with people parked on both sides. I don't think I put any new damage on the Jeep, which is good. But now we're gonna see if we can find some coffee, some pastries, and then wander around here a little bit. And then we're gonna go check in at our hotel, chill there for a little bit before we head back here for our cooking class tonight. So we just had our coffee and pastries, and now with our bellies full, looking for Alex, making sure I don't lose her. With our bellies full, we're gonna go ahead and explore the rest of Florence. Some things on our agenda for today. We'll be visiting the wine window, just generally walking around. Apparently they also have a pretty extensive leather bazaar that we may check out. See if there's any nice leather pieces there. And I've lost Alex again. So we just crossed over the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, which you can kind of see there behind me. It is one of the oldest bridges in Florence, which makes it famous. And anymore, it's a home to a lot of little jewelry stores or stands. And there are tourists as far as the eye can see coming up and down that bridge. It's just a sea of people, which makes it hard to really enjoy the bridge. I will say though, if you want the best views of the bridge, your best bet is to go over to this other bridge down there and take a picture of the bridge from that bridge. There's only currently 1.5 million people here, and my closest friends. This place is packed wall to wall. Florence is a popular hotspot for tourists just because it is the home of the Renaissance. So it's kind of like an art and culture mecca here in Italy. So it's a big popular spot for people to come, which is very obvious. And now we're going to look at the backside, the Ponte Vecchio. And you can see everybody that's here. Obviously, we're not here to show you viral trends made popular on social media. This is more our perspective of everything. And instead of helping with over-tourism, those viral trends have made the situation worse. Instead of spreading a bunch of tourists out over a large section, everybody tends to gather at the popular spot, which makes it hard to navigate anything. There's a lot more to Florence to see than just the viral sandwich stands and the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. So that's kind of what we're doing today, just kind of going around and looking and enjoying the city for what it is, a place of history, art, and architecture, without feeding into the viral sensations. We are off to find ourselves a wine window and get ourselves a cup of vino while we're here. Hopefully we can find one that's not overly crowded. We'll see. So we did get our wine at the wine window. So these are actually little historical parts of Florence. Many years ago, the wine window was invented so people could sell wine directly without paying taxes and import fees. And then when the plague hit in the 1600s, the wine windows were a great option for people to get wine without having to come in contact with other people. Actually turned out great because during COVID, they also utilized the wine windows to be able to do that. So there are multiple wine windows around Florence. I was reading that there's no official list of wine windows, so there's no record of actually how many there are. You just kind of wander around to find them. So, like I said, we went to the first one. We're going to find our way to the second one and just kind of do a sip and walk. So it's time to go to the hotel. So here we go, off to our next wine window. Now we just walked through the Palazzo Square and it was incredibly busy. A lot of people walking around. With the weather today, everybody's got an umbrella, which makes it hard to, gotta keep an eye out. Or to put an eye out. Though it's not raining hard today, it is enough of a soaking rain that my shoes and socks are now squishing as I walk. So that's a pleasant feeling. We have made it to the Basilica Duomo. Alex has to stop to take her pictures. Right by accident, we have managed to find ourselves in the leather market. There is row upon row upon row of businesses selling leather goods and products. So hopefully today has kind of shown you what the real Florence looks like. It's not all Instagram and TikTok reels. There's quite a lot of people here, and that, in my opinion, really ruins the experience. This is over-tourism at its finest, and we are in what's considered the off-season. I'm sure you can only imagine what that's going to look like here in a couple months when it's actually peak tourist season. We dealt with this in Spain and France and Portugal last year. Some places like Venice tried to impose a tourist tax to help limit the number of people that come into the city, but I don't think that's enough because Venice was only €5 a day, which really is just a drop in the bucket.
So we are on our way to our hotel now. It's on the outskirts of Florence. Check-in time was around 3 p.m. It is currently around 2:15 here. We spent a very rainy morning in Florence exploring the streets, and we went across the famous bridge, the Ponte Vecchio, and we did lots of window shopping. We stopped at a coffee shop. We got some cappuccinos and some pastries. We went to 2 local wine windows, which is really fun. You walk up, you ring the bell, and they basically hand you a glass of wine or any type of spritz that you want. You pay for it and you sit outside and drink it. This is off season, so I would really like to see what in season looks like, because that was kind of hellacious, especially with all the umbrellas. We are also going to a cooking class tonight that's back in Florence, so we will have to make the 30-minute trip back to Florence tonight, but we are just going to go in, check in, clean up. I would like to take a warm shower.
Use the right lane to take the exit towards
All
San
the things.
Casciano.
Okay, so I'm going to take you on a room tour of our Lorenzo suite that we are staying in. It is a king suite, so we step inside and we have a huge seating area. You have a huge king bed with another seating area. There is a lounge you can keep all your stuff in, a TV, and then it looks like these could be used as 2 separate beds. I'm gonna go over here and shut the door because we have the heat going. It's one thing that's been really, really nice about this unit is that it's actually warm. So go back through here. We do have a fridge. They do have it stocked with water, and then we put our bathroom. It does come with a hairdryer and then your soaps and shampoos. And then the shower, which has plenty of warm water is what they say. which I'm thrilled for. Beautiful, beautiful room. So we are gonna go check out the wine bar here, kind of see what we can do, and then come back, get ready for dinner.